E, accountability of all district staff. Number two, continue to foster a safe and positive school environment that is conducive to teaching and learning. A, focus on building relationships among staff and families that will result in increased learning and more effective instruction. One, promote communication and feedback opportunities. B, emphasis on collaboration with all district stakeholders. C, promote an inclusive, diverse, and compassionate learning environment. And our final one, number three, market our strengths and achievements to all stakeholders to increase capacity for greater parent, caregiver, and community support. A, continue with our public relations and marketing plan. B, continue to work with the various advisory committees in the district. And our final one, focus on refining our communication methods to better market our school district.
Thank you, Ms. Keys. Moving now, board members, to the next two. Dr. Tina, board's presentation.
Yes, Madam President, members of the board and community, we have a presentation this evening by Mr. D.R. Davis, Director of Human Resources, the New Jersey Department of Education, HIV, School Self-Assessment. Mr. Davis.
Good evening. Tonight I'm here to share with you the Winslow Township Public Schools self-assessment for determining grades under the Anti-Bullying Bill of Rights Act for the period of July 1, 2021 through June 30, 2022. The school self-assessment process, which took place over the last month, required each school through a school safety and climate team, which is composed of the school's anti-bullying specialists, principal, parent representative, and teachers to complete a self-assessment on the implementation of the Anti-Bullying Bill of Rights Act from July 1, 2021 through June 30, 2022. During the 21-22 school year, all programs and initiatives implemented by the district were to reinforce and strengthen current HIV policy and practices. Board members, at this time, I would like to report and seek approval for the Winslow Township Public Schools self-assessment for determining grades under the Anti-Bullying Bill of Rights Act for the period of July 1, 2021 through June 30, 2022, which is as follows. In your folders, I believe you should have a chart. The total point value of the chart is for 78 points out of all 8 categories. So for element 1 looks at HIV programs, approaches, or other initiatives, and has a maximum point value of 15 points. School number 1 scored 13 out of 15. School number 2, 15 out of 15. School number 3, 15 out of 15. School number 4, 12 out of 15. School number 5, 13 out of 15. School number 6, 11 out of 15. The middle school, 12 out of 15, and the high school, 14 out of 15. Core element 2 looks at training on the Board of Ed approved HIV policy. It has a maximum point value of 9 points. All the schools scored, schools 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, middle school and high school gave themselves 9 out of 9, and the school number 5 gave themselves 8 out of 9 for that. Core element 3 looks at other staff instruction and training programs, which also has a point value, maximum point value of 15. School number 1 gave themselves 15 out of 15. School number 2, 13 out of 15. School number 3, 14 out of 15. School number 4, 15 out of 15. School number 5, 14 out of 15. School number 6, 15 out of 15. Middle school, 15 out of 15. And the high school, 15 out of 15. Core element number 4 looks at curriculum and instruction on HIV and related information and skills. It has a maximum point value of 6 points. All schools gave themselves 6 out of 6. Core element number 5 looks at HIV personnel. It has a maximum point value of 9. School number 1 scored itself 9 out of 9. School number 2, 9 out of 9. School number 3, 9 out of 9. School number 4, 9 out of 9. School number 5, 8 out of 9. School number 6, 9 out of 9. Middle school, 8 out of 9. And the high school, 9 out of 9. Core element number 6 looks at the school level HIV incident reporting procedure. It has a maximum point value of 6 points. All schools score themselves 6 out of 6. School core element number 7 looks at the HIV investigation procedure. It has a maximum point value of 12. All schools score themselves 12 out of 12. And then core element 8 looks at the HIV reporting process. It has a maximum point value of 6. All schools score themselves 6 out of 6. So our overall scores, we add everything up, school number 1 scored themselves 76 out of 78. School number 2, 76 out of 78. School number 3, 77 out of 78. School number 4, 75 out of 78. School number 5, 73 out of 78. School number 6, 74 out of 78. The middle school, 74 out of 78. And the high school, 77 out of 78. Once this information is approved by the board tonight, I tomorrow will transmit everything to the Nurse Department of Ed, which will review, approve, and determine the grade for each school, and then assign the overall district grade regarding our programs and initiatives established to address HIV. Upon receipt of approval from the DOE, which usually happens in the spring, at that point, I will then come back out and report the final approved scores from the New Jersey Department of Ed, which is then posted on the district and the school's website. At this time, board members, any questions?
It doesn't appear that we have any questions for you today. So therefore, board members, at this time, I'm asking for a motion to approve the report as it has been presented by Mr. Davis. The school self-assessment for determining grades under the Anti-Bullying Bill of Rights Act. Covering the period July 1st, 2021 through June 30th, 2022. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the school self-assessment for determining grades under the Anti-Bullying Bill of Rights Act for the dates July 1st, 2021 through June 30th, 2022.
Please, second.
Moved by Mr. Shaw, second by Mr. Blake. With there being no further questions, roll call please.
Mr. Blake?
Yes.
Ms. Dredden?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Ms. Candace?
Yes.
Mr. Shaw?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas? Yes. Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
And Ms. Pitts?
Yes.
Motion is carried.
Thank you, Ms. Moore. Moving now, with there being any correspondence at this time.
No, Madam President, no correspondence this evening.
Thank you. Moving now, board members, I'm asking for a motion to approve the following minutes from our meeting, our Board of Education meeting that was held on Wednesday, October 12th, 2022, open session. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the meeting minutes from our regular meeting Wednesday, October 12th, 2022, open session.
Please, second.
Moved by Mr. Shaw, second by Mr. Blake. Are there any comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call please.
Mr. Blake?
Yes.
Ms. Dredden?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Ms. Candace?
Abstain.
Mr. Shaw?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas? Yes. Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
And Ms. Pitts?
Yes.
Motion is carried.
Thank you, Ms. Moore. Moving now, board members, to our board committee reports. Would there be a report on our athletic committee?
Yes, Ms. Pitts. I don't have an agenda report, but I have updates for all the sports. And being that this is pretty much the end for most of the seasons, I'd like to read updates from all the coaches.
Okay.
So, boys cross country. Last Wednesday, the boys cross country team had a great race for in the Olympic Conference Championships. Dominic Bassey finished 10th and was named second team all-conference out of 12 runners to run that day, 7 ran personal bests. As we head into the final week of cross country, the team is preparing for the Group 3 South Sectional Championship on Saturday, October 29th. We will compete with 7 runners consisting of Dominic Bassey and Gilberto Laza. who were followed up in that race by sophomores David Durant, Stephen Harding, and Aaron Harrington, along with freshmen Brian Velez and Jason Dawkins. We're very excited not only by the improvement and dedication of this year's squad, but also by the fact that almost the entire team will be returning for next year. Tennis. The Winslow girls tennis team has recorded wins against both Lindenwold High School and Bishop Eustace. The highlight of the season has been the ability to host home matches again. And by the way, that tennis court was absolutely fantastic. With the completion of our beautiful new tennis courts, our team greatly grew in numbers with 75% of the players being brand new and seeing rapid improvements in getting their first victory recently. We will greatly miss seniors Gavin Robinson and Samantha Gorman. Gavin Robinson continued to have an amazing season record of 11-1. She was a finalist in the Camden County tournament and won the Olympic Conference National Division singles title. Gavin is looking like a strong contender to make it to semifinals at Winslow High School on October 29th. Girls soccer. The girls soccer team, as you are aware, is competing within the most competitive female soccer conference in South Jersey. Notwithstanding the fighting spirit and enthusiasm of participating student athletes on this 2022 Winslow Township girls varsity team has been steadfast and unwavering. These young ladies absolutely enjoy competing in the sport of soccer for the Winslow Township High School. They have become more cohesive and achieved nice victories against Lindenwold High School and Penn, which was their senior day. What a season it has been for volleyball. The girls' volleyball team started the season with several goals in mind. Goal one was having these two girls being first or second team all conference. They had three. So they were seniors, Katarina Shivo, Nora Robinson, and Sage May. They also had two girls make second team. Excuse me. Katrina Haas, 11th grade, and Sinai Griffin, 9th grade. Goal 2 was to finish the season with a winning record. The girls not only finished the season with a 9-7 record, but it was also one of the best records in school history. Goal 3 was to finish in the top 10 overall in the Olympic Conference. Out of 18 teams, they were 8th with a winning percentage of .562. Goal 4 was to make the playoffs. The Lady Eagles traveled to Triton on Saturday for the first round of the playoffs. Their final goal was to win the national division in the Olympic Conference. And for the first time in school history, they were division champions. Girls cross country has had a great season so far. The ladies have boasted the season best performances in their last 3 meets. Sophomore Ava Miller earned all conference honors and was placed in the Camden County Championship. Ava is also currently ranked in the top 20 in South Jersey Group 3. This weekend, they will compete in Group 3 sectionals and hope to qualify in the Group 3 state meet. Cheerleading. The fall cheerleaders have had a great season. They just finished their last regular season game celebrating with 10 seniors at senior night. With 38 girls, they were able to make small groups to sponsor a senior. Each group made matching shirts to celebrate their senior and wore them all day in school before the game, marking each senior to stand out and be special in their own way. Coaches provided dinner for the squad and a celebration after school before the big game. Each girl received a personal bow and a sash in celebration that they will be able to keep as a memento for the rest of their life. Overall, it was a great moment for these young athletes. We're looking forward to the next couple of weeks for the playoffs. Field hockey. The field hockey team has been working hard all season. They were able to play a few 7x7 games this season to keep the girls interested and help build the program for next year. If anybody's interested in field hockey, that program needs help. So if any girls are interested, please have them come out. Boys soccer. The boys soccer team has been working hard throughout the season. The work has resulted in 9 different goal scorers led by freshman goal. Prince. I'm going to, Dr. Coty, you know how to pronounce
I don't have it in front of me. But just
I'm
read
going
it.
to try my best to pronounce his
Yes,
name correctly. Prince Awuzu with 9 goals and 2 assists, and sophomore Jacob Sintel with 5 goals and an assist. Also, the team has 9 different players that have assisted on goals. First-year goalkeeper Darian Dillard had over 50 saves. The boys recently shut out a very good CCTS team 2-0. The defense was stellar. The team is looking for the senior night on 10/28. Yeah, yes, or no, it's just Friday, I'm sorry. Versus Atlantic City at 9 p.m. Football, as of 10/25, the Eagles have had a 4-3 record after an 0-2 start. They went 4-1 in their last 5 games. Winslow's won their last 10 games to clinch a berth in the playoffs. The Eagles see themselves in the elusive Group 4 playoffs for the second consecutive year. They will travel to a familiar opponent in Colts on Saturday, October 29th. Last year, they had a victory against Colts, and they look to keep their hopes alive for the Group 4 sectional title. Last but not least, we'll do the middle school real quick. Cross country, the Winslow Township Middle School co-ed cross country team is having a successful season this year. The team has had runners placed in the top 5 every meet this year, including 3 second-place finishes. There are many athletes who are new this year and plan on running spring track and cross country next year. The team is continuing to train hard and is becoming a name that's being recognized as having the talent and being potential Go Eagles. On soccer, the middle school team has been working hard to improve. Still looking for our first win, but we've been playing better and better each game. Girls soccer. The middle school girls soccer team faced a very tough season in the competitive league which there. Girls came out to every game and gave their all despite their matchups. Haley King scored the only goal that their teams that they had this season. They may not have gotten a win in the books, but the girls showed up with growth and development in each and every game, and to me, that's a win. That's when they're good. Field hockey. The girls' middle school field hockey enjoyed a successful season. Unfortunately, their schedule had to be shortened by a late start date due to a lack of interest at the beginning of the season. Once the season started, the girls performed very well and they improved each day, and we're really excited to come to practice and play the games. That concludes all the updates I have from all the coaches.
Thank you, Mr. Shaw. Great update. Thank you very much. Moving now with the report out of our education committee.
Yes, Madam President. The Education Committee met today, October 26th at 6 p.m. I'll be giving a brief summary of the topics discussed, but a final to the board board members. In attendance were Rita Martin, Kelly Thomas, and Julie Peterson. Dr. Jordan Cardinal was also in attendance. We discussed the opening of school overview. The current student population is 4,756. We also discussed that for each of our schools, they had their back-to-school nights. They all had a positive turnout. We discussed the 3-year full program status. The 3-year old program did begin October 3rd. The location did change to our lower elementary schools until our Chiselhurst location gets the proper improvements. We also discussed the 2020 New Jersey Student Learning Standards, Comprehensive Health and Physical Education Program. For our after-school program, that program has also begun. Limited slots were available. The students with the most need have been identified and began the tutoring program. For new business, we discussed the updated computer labs in schools number 1 through 4 and school number 6. We talked about the smart technology that was updated at school number 2 and the completion of installation of desktop computers for teachers. We discussed the equipment for the libraries at schools number 1 through 4. That equipment has come in, including furniture. And then there are plans to upgrade schools number 5, 6, the middle and high school libraries as well. The meeting adjourned at 6:56 p.m. and the next meeting will be Tuesday, November 15th at 4 p.m. via WebEx.
Thank you, Ms. Board members, any questions in regards to the report out of our education committee? Moving back to our diversity, equity, and inclusion committee.
No report at this time, Madam President.
Thank you, Ms. Thomas. Moving back to our marketing committee, with the report out of the marketing committee.
There is a report, but it's not written, but I will have it written for you. We met last week. It was via WebEx. It was Mrs. Hicks, it was myself, it was Mrs. Levens, and we talked about space. We basically talked about recognizing and honoring our ESP members, ESP staff, our education support personnel, the cafeteria workers, the teaching assistants, the bus drivers, and secretaries. We wanted to do something as a committee to just, appreciate the work that they've done. We are going to come up with some recommendations that are very next department committee meeting, which will take place on November 3rd at 4 p.m. And at our November 9th, we will come up with some ideas for you guys and discuss in front of the public about the things that we would like to do in the city. That's nothing.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Moving now to the report of our operations committee.
That it is not.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. At this time, there will be no report of our policy committee, but that will be forthcoming and the date will be determined. Will there be a report out of our citizens advisory committee?
No report, meeting is scheduled for November 3rd at 7 p.m. in the administration.
Thank you, Ms. Moore. Moving now, board members, still on page 2, I'm asking for a motion to approve our superintendent's report as it begins in the middle of page 2, continues through to the bottom, page 5. Your motion?
Motion to approve the superintendent's report?
Blake, second.
Moved by Mr. Shaw, second by Mr. Blake. Further comments or questions?
Mrs. Pitts, what's on number 17 on page 4? Is there a date for that?
Page 4, number
Is the
17.
middle school career training term?
Yes, hopefully, I think it's Friday.
No, that's the high school.
That's the house.
That's the high school education, that's the high
Mr.
We don't have the date for the middle school yet, they're finalizing the date, so we wanted to get approval to conduct the fair, so we'll talk about it later.
So that's to be determined.
I think this is a really, really great idea because it exposes the middle school population to, careers and so by the time they get to high school. So when they go to high school, they have an option of really thinking about what they want to do moving into high school. So that's really the Eagles Landing in the district, giving those middle school students the option of seeing what careers are out there.
Any further comments or questions on the superintendent's report?
Just follow up on Ms. Peterson's comment in reference to the career day at the high school is this Friday, 8 o'clock. So if anyone's interested in attending, please do so.
Thank you, Mr. Monroe, because I believe that we all received
An invitation.
to that.
Thank you.
No further comments? Roll call, please.
Mr. Blake?
Yes.
Ms. Dreddick?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Ms. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Shaw?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas?
Yes.
Ms. Peterson?
Yes,
And Ms. Pitts?
Yes.
Motion is carried.
Thank you, Mr. Moore. Moving now, board members, I'm at the top, page 6, business administrator, board secretary's report. Before I ask for a motion on that, I had a question earlier, and I called Ms. Moore, I had a question on page 7, number 9, on page 8, number 13, and I asked Ms. Moore if she would just give a brief explanation, because on page 7, number 9, the middle school use of facilities, I was just wondering why the Winslow Youth Travel Business in using it in three different locations that they paid $25 for the first location and then nothing for the second, and the school explained that to me. So she said she would give, if anyone else is interested, she would give that explanation.
So we charge for the first application and then the ones thereafter, there's no.
And those are organizations that are sanctioned by Winslow Township Department of Parks and Recreation. So they are part of the community, and again, as Mr. Bull mentioned, once they pay that initial fee, the others are exempt.
And the other question that I had, was, from page, 8, number 13, and then page 9, number 14.
So page 8, number 13, we received 3 responses to our RFP. However, all 3 came in over the budgeted amount. So we have to reject them because they exceeded the budget. We will go back out and solicit. On page 9, number 14, you'll notice that 2 vendors responded, Ed Puzzle and InfoBase Holdings Inc. On this one, we approved Ed Puzzle, even though they were hired. On an RFP, we put out certain criteria. The results are not based solely on price, but it's based on scopes of services that we put out and that we request. So if one vendor responds that they are unable to perform part of that criteria, the persons that are evaluating get to evaluate their response. It is based off a weighted score. So we have certain criteria that's outlined on this one. And it's placed in the RFP, so the ones that want to respond are aware. So it's technical criteria and qualifications. The other one is management criteria and then cost criteria. So one may have been higher on cost, but they may have scored lower on technical.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Wood. So that was, some, clarification that I needed. So at this time, board members, I'm asking for a motion to approve the business administrator or secretary's report as it appears at the top of page 7, continues through to the bottom of page 10. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the business administrator board secretary's report.
Please, second.
Moved by Mr. Shaw, second by Mr. Blake. Any further comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Blake?
Yes.
Ms. Dredden?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Ms. Moore? Yes. Ms. Nieves?
Yes.
Mr. Shaw?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas?
Yes.
Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
And Ms. Pitts?
Yes.
The motion has carried.
Thank you, Ms. Moore. Moving now, board members, I'm at the top of page 11. I'm asking for a motion to approve the personnel report as it begins top of page 11 and then continues through to the bottom of page 14. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the personnel report.
Please, second.
Moved by Mr. Shaw, second by Mr. Blake. Any further comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Blake?
Yes.
Ms. Dredden?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Ms. Nieves?
Yes.
Mr. Shaw?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas?
Yes.
Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
And Ms. Pitts?
Yes.
Motion has carried.
Thank you, Mr. Moore. Moving now, board members, to our agenda. It's the beach that usually comes around Florida. And I feel that we didn't receive it earlier. So we had that opportunity to take a look at it as it was emailed to us. So therefore, board members, I'm asking for a motion to approve the business administrator board secretary's report as it appears on my agenda, beginning with page 1 and continuing through to the bottom of page 2. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the business administrator board secretary's report on the addendum.
Please, second.
Moved by Mr. Shaw, second by Mr. Blake. Any further comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Blake?
Yes.
Ms. Dredden?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Ms. Nieves?
Yes.
Mr. Shaw?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas?
Yes.
Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
And Ms. Pitts?
Yes.
Motion has carried.
Thank you, Mr. Moore. Moving now, board members, still on the agenda, asking for a motion to approve the personnel report that begins on page 3 and continues through to the top of page 4. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve the personnel report on the agenda.
Please, second.
Moved by Mr. Shaw, second by Mr. Blake. Any further comments or questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Mr. Blake?
Yes.
Ms. Dredden?
Yes.
Ms. Martin?
Yes.
Ms. Moore?
Yes.
Ms. Candace?
Yes.
Mr. Shaw?
Yes.
Ms. Thomas?
Yes.
Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
Ms. Pitts?
Yes.
Motion is carried.
Thank you. Moving now, board members, we're going to return to our regular agenda. We're now to the top of page 14, the Open Public Records Act request. Ms. Boyle?
Madam President? We have
Okay, thank you. Moving now to old business board members. Would there be any old business that you would care to discuss at this time? Thank you. Moving now to new business board members. Would there be any new business that you would care to discuss at this time? Thank you. Hearing none, moving on to informational items.
Yes, Madam President, members of the board and community, I have a few information items. Today, we had an incident in high school. It was a threat at high school between two students. Of course, the high school went into lockdown, and of course, of close proximity to middle school, we went into a lockout. This occurred about 8:15 this morning, and the school was back to its normal activities by 8:40. The Winslow Township Police was involved, of course, and as a result of their investigation, it was declared that there was no threat or danger to staff or students. As a reminder, and as a follow-up to the emergency procedures meeting that we had, a town hall meeting, I just want everyone to know that whether these threats are real or eventually it turns out to be false, we handle them as though they are real, because we want to make sure that our staff and students are safe regardless of what may have been said initially. However, even if we find out at the end, through the police investigation, that it was a false alarm, the penalties are still going to be the same. We want people to understand that this is not a game. This is really serious, and I don't know, it seems like every day, every week on our televisions, we hear about incidents somewhere in this country. And we again want to let the community know and our students know that we are serious about these procedures, we're serious about these incidents, and if it is found that you took it upon yourself to say something that can turn out to be untrue, we will be taking the appropriate action. Those individuals who were involved, they are now in the process of going through whatever action that we felt was appropriate for the situation. But this is not a game, and I cannot emphasize that more. This is serious, and we want everyone to take it seriously. Ms. Morella sent a letter out to the staff and students, to the staff and parents. Mrs. Ron from the middle school did the same. Number two, a high school student will be seated on the school board starting in November. As you all know, that was a requirement that was passed down. So starting our first board meeting in November, we will have a student representing the high school. That young lady is the Senate President, Janelle Sharp. We'll find a place for her here at the board. I'm looking at maybe having my senior Senate President sit right next to Dr. Coachee. Make sure she's coming while she's here. She will have an opportunity to address issues of the school district, the school, but she is not a voting member. But we will welcome her and make sure she feels comfortable as being part of the board. We're looking forward to her participation. Great news, ladies and gentlemen, great news. The middle school orchestra performed today at the New Jersey School Board Conference and did an outstanding job. If you've ever been to the convention center in Atlantic City, you know that the center of the convention center is open all the way up to 4 floors. So if you're walking around, you can look down and see the first floor, regardless of what floor you're on. The middle school orchestra was on the first floor, and you can hear the orchestra playing throughout that entire convention center. Fantastic job. Of course, we went down and thanked our orchestra director, Ms. Leonardo, and thank the young people for coming out. And the session that I was in, we left our door open so we can hear the music coming up. And I wanted everyone in that meeting with me, I wanted them to know that that orchestra was Winslow Township School District Middle School. Yes, we play fine classical music, and our orchestra was talking conference, seriously, talking conference. And yes, I was walking around there proud as I could be of those young people. They did a fantastic job representing us. Absolutely fantastic. I'm so proud of those young people and Miss Dealey and Harlem. So hats off to those young people. We want to know we are Winslow proud of them. They represent this community and school district very, very well. It's an honor to have them performing on a statewide stage. They did a fantastic job. So yes, I was very proud, and you couldn't tell me anything about what was going on there, because as long as they were playing, we were listening. So congratulations to the middle school orchestra. Also, to complete my information items, last week we had an opportunity to accompany Ms. Wangumba to her statewide honoring ceremony. Fantastic. Again, the Winslow Township School District was on the state level, and she received her award. And as you well know, Ms. Wangumba not only is the visionary principal of the year, she will be representing the state of New Jersey at the national level. She is preparing to go to the national level. I think it's within a week or two. They didn't say we could go this time. Last time we invited me, superintendent, a few people. We had a nice group of individuals at the last ceremony, but this time she goes alone. I didn't make a fuss about that, but I would love to go. But anyway, we are really proud of Ms. Wangumba and Winslow Township Middle School again because representing the school district in the community on the state and national stage is a tremendous accomplishment for us. And everyone in this community and the school district is truly, truly proud of what's going on here in the Winslow Township School District. Yes, we have our issues, and everybody does, but let's not forget to celebrate those good things that are happening in the school district, because, you know, every school district doesn't have an opportunity to do and celebrate these kinds of things. So kudos and congratulations to Ms. Stella Wangumba, the Winslow Township Middle School, because Ms. Wangumba will be the first to say, in as much as she is representing the school district in the middle school, she alone did not accomplish the awards in which she's been acknowledged to. So she always reaches back to acknowledge her staff, students, and all the support she's been getting from the community. So again, on behalf of the board and the administration, we would like to congratulate Ms. Wangumba and wish her well at the national level. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes my information items for this evening. Thank you.
Moving now to our public comment portion.
The Winslow Township Board of Education highly values the input of citizens in making important decisions that affect the children of our community. We also believe in the rights of citizens to observe board meetings, to ensure that all of our citizens have the opportunity to attend school board meetings and offer comment, and to ensure that the board can conduct the board business of the district. We ask that speakers follow the guidelines for making public comments. Notation of public comments on agenda items. The board president or board secretary will recognize those individuals in the audience who wish to make comment. Please respect the following procedures. Number one, all members of the public attending school board meetings must treat each other and the board with respect. Number two, state your full name and address. Number three, please limit your comments to 4 minutes. Number four, submit your questions to the Board of Education with your name, address, and telephone number where you can be written contact. Your questions will be answered within a reasonable time. And number five, individuals offering citizen comment are not permitted to make personal attacks on any district employee, board member, other testifier, or member of the public.
Thank you, Mr. Lee. Board members, at this time, I'm asking for a motion to open this meeting to public comment.
Motion to open the board meeting up to public comments.
Blake, second.
Moved by Mr. Shaw, second by Mr. Blake. All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Thank you. Ms. Porter?
Yes, Candace Rosa.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm here to ask for maybe a reevaluation of the electronic device policy inside the student handbook. For it maybe being unfair and unsafe. Being unfair because parents are not notified, and unsafe because these phones are more than a toy. I agree that they shouldn't be out of class, and confiscating it is more than enough, but having it, I guess, 24 hours and over weekends is a safety policy that some students need. Like my daughter, she's home with a newborn baby. If something happens to her cell phone, is the only way she can contact me or my husband. And if the school takes it and have it 24/7, then there's no way, no contact. And also, a letter wasn't sent or anything, but a letter for this policy was never sent home. And it got me a little upset because I saw a letter for changing uniform, but not changing the policy for cell phones. Well, not changing it, it seems like it's been a policy for like 10 years. I've never experienced it because my daughter has never had her phone taken until recently. So I didn't know it was going on. So when I found out, it became a problem. And I would think a lot of parents would agree that it can be a safety issue because cell phones are more than toys. Now, I don't disagree with, like I said, not confiscating the phone, but give it back at the end of the day. Or taking it when they get there, giving it back for 30 days, if that's what's needed. Or even contacting parents. In some situations, if the parents are contacted, these situations can be handled at home. Because I went to get the phone back and it couldn't give it back to me. And it technically is not my daughter's phone because me and my husband will be paying the bill. And if I can't get that back, how do I contact my daughter? Both me and my husband aren't home during the mornings and afternoons. So that was the only thing she takes it to school is for me to make sure she gets there safe, back home safe. And most other students are the same way when the parents aren't home. And I was hoping that maybe you guys could reevaluate, come up with something else. I'm not saying not to take phones because they shouldn't be out. My daughter was punished for that. But also, so me and my husband, because now we have no way to contact her. No way to stay in contact or in touch, making sure she's okay. And that's our doing today. That's all.
Thank you.
Oh, my name is Candace Rosa, address 20 Heather Drive, Sicklerville, New Jersey.
Thank you, Mr.
Ms. Rose, just for a point of clarification, did you ever receive the cell phone policy?
No.
Handbooks, you never?
No, I called the school with my daughter. I didn't know until 2 days later that it was gone. And then this.
So you never received, what grade is your daughter in?
She's in 9th grade.
Okay, and you?
I didn't know about the policy. I didn't receive anything until she told me about it like 2 days later. I found this in her book bag. And no one let me know. I called the school and nobody let me talk to anyone, so I showed up. And
The only reason I asked is because cell phone policy is in the handbook. And
yes,
each student receives a handbook every year.
the principal gave me one that day when I came in. I did not receive it.
You have not received any beforehand?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Madam President, that concludes those that have signed up to speak. You may want to check. I didn't sign it.
Are you saying you want to comment to it?
My name is Wanda Law, and this is just information. Our Little League football team that won the state championship last year got invited to play at the Washington Redskins training facility in Maryland on Sunday. My son is the head coach of that team. So the parents, my son and our family were actually going to fund our children to go down there and participate in this momentous occasion for the youth. So we are at work working with our youth, and my family will continue to work with our youth in the community. I just want to let you know, so when they come back, they're playing the #1 team in Virginia, in Maryland. So I just want to let you know what's going on in our community. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Congratulations.
So thank you, Lance.
Yes, Madam President, I don't know if there's anybody trying to wait from.
No callers at this time.
No callers at this time? Therefore, board members, at this time, I'm asking for a motion to adjourn public comment portion.
Motion to adjourn public comments.
Blake, second.
Moved by Mr. Shaw, second by Mr. Blake. All in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Thank you. Moving down at this point, Mr. Long, do we have any executive session issues?
There's no need for executive session this evening, Madam President.
Thank you, Mr. Long. Therefore, board members, there's no other business to conduct. Therefore, I'm asking at this time for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Blake, second.
Moved by Mr. Shaw, second by Mr. Blake. All in favor? Any nays? Thank you. Meeting is adjourned.